wisdom of Nagarjuna. Opening parenthesis. Mahaprajna Paramita Sastra. Etienne Lamotte. Composed by the Bodhisattva Nagarjuna and translated by the Tripitaka Dharmakaya Kumarajiva of the land of Kucha. Under the later scene. Translated from the French. By Galongma Karma Migmi Chodron. Chapter 20. The virtue of generosity and generosity of the Dharma. 1. Generosity of the Dharma. Question. What is meant by generosity of the Dharma? Answer. Here are various opinions. 1. All speech well spoken, all useful speech constitutes generosity of the Dharma. 2. Generosity of the Dharma consists of preaching the holy Dharma explained by the Buddha to people. 3. Generosity of the Dharma consists of teaching people the threefold Dharma. 1. The Siau Tulu. 2. The Paini the Apaitan. 4. Generosity of the Dharma consists of teaching people the four baskets of the Dharma. 1. The Siau Tulu Sang. 2. The Paini Sang. 3. The Apaitan Sang. 4. The Tsa Sang. 5. Generosity of the Dharma consists of teaching in brief form the twofold Dharma. 1. The Sravaka Dharma. 2. The Mahayana Dharma. Question. But Tipota, Hotu, etc. have also taught people the Tripitaka, the four baskets, the Dharma of the Sravakas and that of the Mahayana. Nevertheless, they fell into hell. Why? Answer. The sins of wrong view in Devadatta were numerous. In Hotu, the sins of falsehood were numerous. Their sermons did not constitute a gift of the pure Dharma made with the path in view. They sought only honors, wealth, the signs of respect and homage. Because of these bad intentions, Devadatta was reborn in the hells. Furthermore, it is not enough to preach to fulfill generosity of the Dharma. In order for it to be true generosity of the Dharma, it is necessary to teach everyone with a pure mind and good intention. Just as the material gift is not meritorious if it is not inspired by a good mind, so also the gift of the Dharma is not generosity of the Dharma without a pure mind and good intention. Moreover, preaching the Dharma inspired by a pure mind and a good intention praises the three jewels, opens the door of sin and merit, teaches the Four Noble Truths, converts beings and introduces them to the Buddhist path. This preaching constitutes the authentic generosity of the Dharma. Finally, in brief, preaching the Dharma is of two types. The first, which avoids tormenting beings and is inspired by a good mind and compassion, is the cause and condition for reaching Buddhahood. The second, which perceives the true emptiness of dharmas, is the cause and condition of the path of nirvana. When one preaches this twofold Dharma in the midst of a great assembly with feelings of compassion, without aiming at fame, wealth or honors, one is practicing generosity of the Dharma of the pure Buddhist path. Asoka and the bhiksu with the pleasant breath. It is said, King Achuki built 84,000 Buddhist stupas one day. Although he had not yet seen the path, he had faith in the Dharma. Each day, he invited the bhiksus to his palace and paid homage to them. Each day he had beside him, in turn, a Dharma teacher who preached the Dharma to him. There was a young Tripitaka Dharmakaya, intelligent and handsome. When his turn came to preach the Dharma, he was seated beside the king and his mouth exhaled 1,000 perfumes. Astonished, the king said to himself, "This is not good. With this perfume, he will trouble my palace people." And speaking to the bhiksu, H said, "What do you have in your mouth? Open your mouth so I can see." The bhiksu opened his mouth and the king saw that there was nothing there. He made him rinse his mouth with water, but the perfume remained as before. The king asked, "Bhadante, have you always had this perfume?" The bhiksu replied, "I have had it for a long time." The king asked, "Since when?" The bhiksu answered with this stanza, "Since the time of the Buddha Kasyapa I have had this perfume. It has lasted since then, and seems always to be renewed." The king said, "Bhadante, you speak too briefly, I do not understand. Explain more fully." The bhiksu replied, "O king, listen carefully to my words. Once, at the time of the Buddha Kasyapa, I was a bhiksu preacher. In the Great Assembly, I always had great pleasure in describing the immense qualities of the bhagavat kasyapa as well as the true nature of dharmas. In innumerable sermons I took care to celebrate the Buddha and teach all beings. Since then I have always possessed the wonderful fragrance that comes from my mouth. From lifetime to lifetime, without interruption, it has been as it is today. And the bhiksu spoke this stanza. This fragrance surpasses and eclipses the perfume of all the flowers of the vegetable kingdom. It can make all hearts rejoice. From lifetime to lifetime, it continues ceaselessly. Then the king, with mixed shame and joy, said to the bhiksu, "It is wonderful that the virtue of preaching can bear such great fruit." The bhiksu answered, "That is its flower but not its fruit." The king said, "What are its fruits? Please explain to me." The bhiksu answered, "In brief, its fruits are 10 in number. Listen well, O king." And the bhiksu spoke these stanzas. 1. Great renown. 2. Beauty. 3. The conquest of happiness. 4. The signs of respect. 5. A majestic light like the sun and the moon. 6. The love of all people. 7. The art of speech. 8. Possession of great knowledge. 9. Disappearance of all the bonds. 10. Destruction of suffering and acquisition of nirvana. These are the 10 fruits of preaching. The king asked, "Bhadante, by celebrating the qualities of the Buddha, how did you obtain the 10 fruits as reward?" Then the bhiksu answered with these stanzas. "In celebrating the qualities of the Buddha, I did it so that everyone heard everywhere. As reward for this merit, I obtained great fame. In celebrating the true qualities of the Buddha, I did it so that everyone rejoiced. Because of this merit, I have always from one lifetime to the next been handsome. In speaking to people about sins and merit, I made him obtain the place of happiness. As a result of this merit, I enjoy happiness and am always content."